So when I was a frankly quite average student in 7th grade, failing all of my classes, afraid of being yelled at by my parents, everyone always told me to be more disciplined. And every time I'd hear that, I'd think, yeah, okay, like, shut up. Anyone who has ever lived know that that's not how humans work. Nobody is just disciplined right out of the womb. That's just not a thing that you can do. What actually happens is you'll wake up, feel fine, like scroll on social media, and bed rot all day. You're anything but disciplined. Because we both know you are not going to just study. You are not going to create or build anything meaningful just because you saw some TikTok about being disciplined. Instead of being disciplined, let me show you the best way to never struggle to commit to your goals. It's called emotional investment. Let me tell you from experience, emotional investment, it helps you achieve your goals. So just to be clear, emotional investment is how connected you are to your goals. For you, it's like the super glue that holds you and your goal closely stuck together. Because when you're lost, feeling distracted, you're gonna ask yourself, why am I even doing this to begin with? And most people just say, whatever, I can always just do this later on or something. And these are the people that never do anything with their lives, which is a result of the fact that they didn't have anything to pull them back into achieving. They lacked emotional investment toward their goal. Nothing increased their desire to work more than their desire to scroll. So everyone thinks they'll just thug it out or lock in. For example, people will be like, yo bro, we're gonna make so much money this summer, bro. This isn't enough emotional investment. This is like having a painful and severe disease, but you only try to tell your doctor through charades. The doctor will have no clue why you're even here. You need something deeper within your heart that makes sense. You need something that makes you feel something when you think about quitting. Some people are fine being the exact same person every single year, but a lot of us aren't. We, or anyone who watches self-improvement content, don't like the idea of stagnation or not improving ourselves because we know how much better we can be. In some ways, it's really scary for us to think about not improving over a whole year. That fear is probably part of what drives us to work hard. It's our emotional investment to constantly try to do better. That deep moment where you're about to quit, you're not going to read some stupid productivity quote from Mark Zuckerberg and run the next AI startup. What you should do instead is you're going to ask yourself if you care too much to stop. Personally, I know I care too much to stop making these videos. I can never give it up because I'm so emotionally invested in succeeding. Haven't you ever noticed how hard you lock in when someone doubts you or expects you to fail? Or when you don't want to feel embarrassed? In those moments, you don't need to be disciplined. Your emotions will drive you so hard that you can't afford to stop. If you don't have something like that, like a purpose, your success will flatline because your reason to care is also flatlining. And then you'll call yourself inconsistent or stupid or whatever. But the issue was that you just never attached your feelings, your emotions, to success. It could just be, I want this so bad. But other stronger examples could be, I'll feel awful if I have a regret like this later. They can be positive or negative outcomes that you bring in. Whatever it is, it just needs to feel real. Think about that regret that you have. I don't know, maybe you missed early Bitcoin stages, or like you forgot your friend's birthday or something. Those really hurt inside. Don't let that feeling happen again. Your brain knows what you have to do. Your brain isn't asking for the logical reason that you should do that thing. It's asking if the outcome is worth the effort. You don't need to become an emotionless, disciplined machine, because that's just a huge lie that self-improvement tries to sell everyone. You need to care so much about your goal that quitting would seem stupid. If you don't have that, you're just not attached to your goal, and you likely won't succeed. Because most people are just watching this video on the toilet and will probably not wash their hands and scroll on social media. But a very small percentage of you who actually have the attention span to watch this far can learn the skill of emotional investment. You have to pin an emotion down to a specific goal that you have and just say, I'm gonna make this happen. Okay, I hope you appreciated my insights. Give this video a like if you think it deserves one, and thanks for watching. That was Justin, signing off.